Welcome to Beam Talk, first episode ever. This is our first podcast. We have a lot of things to talk about. The franchise got traded. We'll get into all of that, the game tonight. But I think the first thing we should talk about, introducing ourselves. So
let's talk about me.
Yeah, okay. I'm Ray. This is Dilly. You guys are going to see a lot of us.
See me at the King's games. Say what's up.
You're getting married soon, bro. Me too. So.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Oh, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna hit intros, so you know who we are, who's talking to you, credibility. Dilly, I'm gonna let you go first. What's your core memory as a Kings fan?
Core memory is crazy because my core memory is like walking to Arco Arena, haggling with scalpers, getting in there for like $5, and I'm in high school because I'm like, look at my wallet. That's literally all I have. And then I get there by like a second quarter, and I'm sitting like 10 rows back because nobody else is going to show up to the game anyway. That's like core memories, you know.
On court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. On court. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking, you know, the all-time greats, Francisco Garcia, you know, you're talking about obviously Ben Udre, the pick and roll maestro. You know, I'm talking about Kenny Thomas, the garbage man, Brian Skinner, Corliss Williamson. Everyone from the Weber trade was crazy. I mean, core memories, I'm thinking Tyreek Evans, full court heave.
Okay, that's crazy you said that.
I'm thinking
that's literally in my mind right now, brother.
And even more core than that, I know this wasn't in Sacramento. This is in Chicago. Down 35.
Tyreek
Evans. Oh my God, goes on a tear.
Bro,
it
layup
up.
God.
Oh, he wasn't European, but he could have been.
I know. So there's a lot of like young Kings fans that are going through the Fox heartbreak, which we'll get into. I'm just saying, go on YouTube and type in Tyreek Evans Chicago Bulls comeback, and I promise you, it is literally the best comeback in NBA history. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Tyreek Evans full court
Heave, 35-point comeback. Remembering sitting there bummed, and I'm just watching diligently.
So you were there
as a Kings fan? No, I wasn't there. Watching in front of my dusty TV in my room.
Okay, so that was
core memory.
Okay.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear your core memory.
Well, I think I was probably 9 years old or 10, around that age. There was a free game. Kings were in the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think it was Game 6 or Game 5, and they were playing in Minnesota. They're playing in Minnesota, and we were watching on like Arco Arena, that TV, and C-Web shoots a midi to like win the game, but he bricks it, falls down to his knees, and like is basically crying. And for me, I don't know why this is like my core memory going back to the Kings, but I think I relate to this because ever since then, anything that happens, I'm doing the Chris Webber pose in my living room. Fox got traded. I'm in the Chris Webber pose.
Yeah.
So
this is the LeBron meme before the LeBron meme. You know LeBron going against the Celtics? This is that way before that.
How I look at my fandom probably stems from there because I'm like, it can't get worse. So.
You don't ever say that, my brother.
We're diehard Kings fans. We're probably as diehard as gets. Just stay tuned. We'll always be here. First thing I wanted to get into, and I know this hurts for me to even go into this right away, by the way. Like, this hurts.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Oh, man.
Without you, my friend.
By the way, he's still alive.
I know. But, like, De'Aaron Fox, man, did you see the tweet? Like
man, his goodbye? His thank you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about?
Well, actually, I was just about to phrase that question to you. I'm actually super curious to see how you feel about it. And I'm quick to detach. It was still hard.
Okay.
It was still very, very difficult. I want to hear how you feel about it. I think you're gonna give us a moment, you know.
So, De'Aaron Fox, like, I've been through Boogie. I've been through Kevin Martin, first of all. My first heartbreak was Kevin Martin. Not even like Weber, not in the 0-2 team because I was a little kid. Like, I wasn't really, like, I loved them, but I wasn't like attached. Mike Bibby was my favorite player. But Kevin Martin was my first heartbreak. Boogie Cousins hurt like heck, bro. But De'Aaron Fox, The year we drafted De'Aaron Fox was like hope. I remember standing in Cesar Chavez Park with the stage, Harry Giles, Justin Jackson.
Yes, sir.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yes, sir.
And when we drafted De'Aaron Fox, I thought the Kings, like, we were on top forever. Like, De'Aaron Fox was going to change the franchise, which, hey.
He did.
Yeah, exactly. De'Aaron Fox broke our drought. He did change the city's culture. He brought the Beam team. For me, this hurts hard. Like, when I saw the trade news happen, quote unquote, I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. I wish all the best for De'Aaron Fox. Like, I hope he wins the most championships in San Antonio. But this hurts. This one hurts. How do you feel about it?
I'm doing my best to just stay up, put together, keeping it as put together as possible. My whole thought process throughout the whole thing was, what are we going to get back out of this? And that's not from anything related to De'Aaron Fox at all. It was just my coping method. I was like, okay, how do I see the silver lining in all this, right? When I actually saw his thank you and his goodbye, and like everyone's posting tribute videos, I pulled out this shirt.
They did him dirty on that shirt. He does not look like that. He does not look like that.
But I'm talking and as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, my first De'Aaron Fox memory is literally when I think it was his first game, and he gets it, goes coast to coast, and just yams it, like obviously at Fox speed. And then the commentator, whoever it is, was like, "You're gonna be seeing a lot more of this," you know. And we did for
the Miami Heat game, the game winner, putback dunk.
Come on, I was there,
bro. In Miami?
No, not that one. Sorry. He had 2 game winners against Miami.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You view it more so like, okay, what are we going to get out of it? I love De'Aaron Fox, but transactionally, how are we going to improve our friend? Like, what are we doing, right? I view it the same way.
Kind of, bro. I have to think of it like that because I think it's a lateral move, right?
To Zach Lavine?
I'm not saying anything about
Zach
Fox here.
Lavine is a lateral move?
I'm not saying it's I think structurally it's a lateral move. Do I think they're the same player? Do I think they're as good as one another? I think it's all about your system. How am I thinking about it as far as an emotional attachment to De'Aaron Fox? I'm trying to cut that because it hurts, It
hurts. Do you think we could have got a better package? Do you think Zach Lavine, say I told you could get Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, because they're not giving up Stephon Castle and Vassell, right? So you get Trey Jones, Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, and they throw in the Hawks pick, the 2025 Hawks pick.
Oh, that's a huge deal, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So they throw that in.
You don't just throw that in. That's probably the biggest asset in the whole trade package.
Pick between those packages. Would you pick the package we have right now that Vivek pushed through, or do you pick the package?
Okay, so my answer really depends on who else are we keeping on the team. Are we keeping DeRozan?
I think DeRozan's gone with that first package. I think DeRozan's staying with Lavine.
Absolutely. I think that's why they brought in Lavine.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
There you go.
You posted it, bro. So
honestly, people are like, oh, Sacramento Bulls. Lonzo is literally on the market for second round picks, and I would be ecstatic.
I don't want Lonzo.
If we brought Lonzo.
I don't want Lonzo. You know the reason why I don't want Lonzo? You remember those combos?
I know, Fox and Lonzo. I
don't want Lonzo.
He was eating.
You said Sacramento Bulls.
Real quick,
before we pivot anywhere else. Anybody who's saying the Sacramento Bulls, right? What I'm going to say about Malik Monk right now, a lot of you might hate. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I'm wearing a Malik Monk jersey. I think Malik Monk can be the franchise. I'm going to say that with a straight face.
I'm surprised you're on board. I actually didn't know that you were.
I texted you this, and I was like.
You said I'm on board. Oh, that's what you meant. I'm on board.
And okay. I didn't want to tell you why because I wanted to do it here. I think I'm on board.
Earlier, you were asking me about trade packages.
Right.
About Fox. Which one would I take? I'm taking Lavine over those 3 guys. If we get that pick, it depends. Are we building on the future? I don't trust our front office or the market of Sacramento to bring us in people to build a future. I'm not trying to build a future right now.
Vivek doesn't want picks, bro. He wants to win now.
I was in the boat of blow it up. When I say blow it up, though, I just meant trade Fox. Right? And so this is months ago when we were talking about, well, actually nobody was really talking about this,
This man wanted to trade Fox before Rich Paul even visited, by the way.
And for who? For who? Hey, come on. Hey, because that was probably the best basketball take I've ever had in my life. Amen Thompson.
Before Amen Thompson popped
Oh,
off.
yeah, before, his value just skyrocketed. Like,
Yeah. We could have had Amen Thompson for Fox.
We would have had him for a package, and Amen Thompson would have been like the third tier on that.
Yeah.
It would have included like Jabari Smith, Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson,
But okay, so why did you want to blow it up with Fox? What did you see?
Malik Monk is your best playmaker on the team. You put him with Sabonis on a pick and roll. I don't want to say this too loudly, but he's better than Beno Udrih on the pick and roll.
Beno Drano?
You know what I'm saying? It's like Malik Monk is a star. Let's just be honest here real quick.
Not yet, but he is trending there.
He is a star.
He's trending.
He's putting up 40 in the playoffs. He's a star.
I have a comparison, right? Hey, you want me to say mine first for Malik Monk?
I think Malik Monk is an elite version of J.R. Smith.
Okay. I think we might be close. I think Malik Monk's situation is very similar to when Jalen Brunson was behind Luka Doncic. And okay, you're gonna laugh at this, but
no,
it's cool. It's an analogy. Yeah, I'm not saying they're the players.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay. That's why I smart.
Yeah. I'm thinking Malik Monk is now handed the keys to the franchise. A lot of people think it's Sabonis' team. Sabonis knows that he needs a 1A. Sabonis he can be the 1A, right? But
he's really he's not even 1B. He's 1C.
Okay, yeah, 1C. But what I'm saying here is that Malik Monk now has the opportunity. He's what, 26?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's like a year younger than Fox. I think he's a year younger than Fox. So he's 26.
He's not old.
Yeah, he has the opportunity to take his game, which we saw tonight, which we'll talk about, to the next level. Bro, his playmaking ability is out of this world. I think he's the next Jalen Brunson mixed with a little playmaking. So Jalen Brunson is a scorer.
They're actually on the same timeline too.
Yeah,
which is actually insane.
Malik Monk has the potential to be not the 1A, but the way he approaches a team and his mentality is very 1A, which I love about him. And Fox never had, as much as I love Fox, he never had that 1A mentality.
No, not at all. No,
I think
Malik is a 1A, by the way. Malik is a 1A. Malik is a 1A. If we're talking about Jalen Brunson, Malik is a 1A. The only difference that I would say about this is just like Jalen Brunson, you need to put... Okay, Malik is not a 1A, 1B type of player.
Right now. 1A over DeMar.
Yeah, he is. You can take DeMar off the team, and we wouldn't be as worse if you took out Malik Monk on the team. DeMar is not running the show right now.
I don't think I agree with that.
I think that's a great opinion if you want to have that. But
don't you think Malik Monk needs a decoy? So like Malik Monk needs a decoy on defense. If he's the main person you're game planning for, he's
great at passing out of double teams.
But if he doesn't have somebody like DeMar, he's gonna get rocked, bro.
I think DeMar is. So I think he's definitely gonna get rocked. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I also think that DeMar is not even a competitor at that point. I think he's just an ISO ball scorer where you just throw dribble teams at him. He's a decent passer. DeMar is a great facilitator. Don't get me wrong.
So in a team full of DeMar, Monk, and Lavine and Sabonis, throw Sabonis in there. But
Sabonis is great. When I said 1C, by the way, 1C as in he's not your offensive threat, but he's 1A in production.
Right.
In production and just overall basketball, what you're giving to the team. But he is not your go-to guy.
He's the glue guy.
He is a glue guy.
You know what's the crazy part? He's a superstar. He's a superstar as a glue guy. I think he's a superstar. He's putting up Wilt numbers. Sabonis should have been an all-star, by the way.
Sabonis is and quote me on this. I'm not going to say don't quote me on this. Sabonis should and will be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Lithuanian lasagna?
What?
The Lithuanian lasagna will be in the Hall of Fame.
Don't know about this. If this is a thing, I don't know about this.
Bro, it's a thing.
I don't know about it.
You've never heard of the Lithuanian lasagna?
Not yet, until today.
All jokes aside, Sabonis should have been an all-star. And the crazy part is you take any player, put him on the team, Sabonis will make him better, obviously, right?
Oh, speaking of Zach Lavine.
That's where I was getting at.
Oh, my goodness. Brother.
No. The trade itself looked trash, right?
I thought it was going to be a way worse.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get Dorian Finney-Smith, from this. I honestly thought there was a possibility that we're going to get D'Angelo Russell. And I was ready.
Bro.
I was ready to just call it.
Hand me the noose. I've been through a lot, but if you put me through D'Angelo Russell, I'm done.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm done. So we got the package we got. Obviously, Fox. We love you, Fox. Like legit. Like Fox. I'm personally rooting for Fox on the Spurs. That's like my team away from my team. Like I want him to do really well. Let's
be honest though. Why though? Because really, you're rooting for Harrison Barnes. Let's be honest here.
Okay. This is our first podcast, so there's going to be a lot of pivoting, right? I have a group chat. I have a group chat of friends that hate Harrison Barnes. And I have been the biggest believer of Harrison Barnes throughout his entire tenure of the Sacramento Kings. And you know this.
Oh, I know this, yeah.
I love Harrison Barnes. And the thing is, I think De'Aaron Fox, this is a conspiracy theory. I'm going to put that out there. I think De'Aaron Fox went to the Spurs to play with Harrison Barnes.
He had his locker right next to him, apparently, for all his tenure.
There's two players, Vince Carter, if he came back and joined any team.
And Harrison Barnes. You don't think Wemby has anything to do with this?
I think Harrison Barnes is the most integral piece to a championship team. We just never built around him.
This is exactly how I feel about Malik Monk. This is exactly how I feel. I truly, in my heart, feel like I don't think
Malik Monk is a better version of the Bayou Bomber. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm talking
about fourth quarter.
Marcus Thornton, the original Mr. Fourth Quarter.
Fourth quarter. I really feel like okay, and I understand the frustration with the trade and the reason why everyone's like, oh, we got fleeced, the XYZ, right? Just being honest about our roster here. Malik Monk at the 1, Lavine at the 2, DeRozan at the 3. Terrible on defense. Don't get me wrong. Keegan has to basically be doing rotation from sideline to sideline. He's going to be doing suicide drills, all game long.
Keegan's our best. No, I think it's a toss-up between him and Keon Ellis. Yeah.
It's a toss-up. I think Keegan's a little more versatile, right?
Right.
And so he's going to be going, covering for Sabonis. He's going to, whenever they blitz, whatever it is, he's going to be doing all the defense. Now, hear me out here. It's nuts. If somehow, because we're thinking about future draft picks, capital, building for the future. We have two guys on the bench who, if they can figure out how to play make,
right?
And I mean truly play make. Right now, Keon Ellis brings up the ball and he does a little dance and he might get past half court, but by the time he gets there, we've already cut off so many seconds on the shot clock. We're not really getting much, Right. He has to eventually get it to his playmaker. If they could become a playmaker, and when I say they, I mean Keon Ellis and Devin Carter. We have a menace off the bench. You come in and you're just blitzing with scoring, right? Malik, Lavine, they're coming off DHOs, backdoor cuts. You have DeMar DeRozan as your poise guy.
Which I don't think Lavine has ever come off a DHO.
He has with Vucevic, and
Vucevic is not.
And he's not even setting great screens, and that's why he's getting F-rated shots. And so Lavine, I think is gonna go insane with a solid screen. Especially if Sabonis could continue being a 3-point threat.
So what is Lavine? And we talked about Lavine is shooting 44.5% from 3-pointers, right? And on 7.5
attempts,
Zach Lavine is shooting at a better clip than Steph Curry this season. And there's a stat. So Zach Lavine's shot creation quality via StatMuse is rated as an F. That's because every team is game planning. When Zach Lavine's playing, they're game planning for Zach Lavine on the Bulls.
Right. Yeah.
So when he's on the Kings, the shot quality is not going to be an F.
No, bro, you got Keegan on the side, launching them. Malik Monk, DeRozan hopefully can space the floor a little bit, Yeah, I mean Trey Lyles when he's on the court, right? Like he might not be there.
Our light-skinned God, bro. What you talking about?
I love Trey Lyles.
We have so many weapons, right? Just having Sabonis alone, take everybody you named out. Just Sabonis alone, his shot quality, I think, takes it from an F to a C. Now add in
immediately.
Immediately. Now add in Monk, add in DeMar DeRozan, add in Keegan Murray. Your shot quality, I think minimum he's gonna go to an A- or A+. And
this is the optimism thing I was talking about.
I think Zach Lavine, he's
Zachramento.
averaging 24 points per game. I think Zach Lavine on the Sacramento Kings minimum will average 28 points per game. And that contract that Zach Lavine has right now,
he's going to earn it.
People are going to look at it as a budget contract.
Man, and I don't mean to laugh in live time. I don't want to do this in live.
I'm being dead serious. You know that, right?
I hope that my laughter looks stupid in 2 years. I hope it looks really dumb in 2 years.
The playoffs this year with Zach Lavine.
So here's the thing. I actually don't think that's far-fetched. I think we look better with this roster as it's constructed right now, better with Zach Lavine than with Fox.
That's sad to say, but I think the biggest
I'm not saying he's a better player. I'm just saying our roster construction looks better right now. We just lack depth.
Just go look up Zach Lavine highlights for this year. And this guy is shooting 3-dribble, step back, fadeaway threes with a hand in his face and making them.
I mean, he did on the Kings. He did on the Kings, too.
Oh, yeah. We beat them, but he destroyed us.
He tore us up.
So Zach Lavine is not like, I see a lot of people on Twitter and everywhere, me myself included initially, because it's Fox. Fox is Zachramento, at this point in time, right? So when I saw that trade go through, I was like, who's this bum Zach Lavine? Why do we get Zach Lavine?
I've always liked Zach Lavine. He's always got dogged just because he's a terrible contract. I do think that if we're really talking about numbers and salaries, we were going to pay Fox a Supermax. Kind of balances out in numbers a little bit. I think Fox is a 1B. I don't want to say that, but he's a 1B.
What is he in San Antonio right now? He's a 1B in San Antonio, right?
Oh, he has to be.
Exactly. You're not going to be a 1A to Wemby. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, you're not going to be a 1A to Harrison Barnes. I'm going to say this. I know Keegan and Fox had a very good relationship, but I think Fox leaving might actually be a blessing in disguise for Keegan.
Bro, this is the first time Keegan Murray has been abandoned by his family members. And he's out for vengeance right now. He's out for vengeance. Just from a front office perspective, I think what they did, this is very theoretical, has no
front office has
no backing to this, what I'm about to say right now. But I really think that they were like locker room vibes, right? That's what we've been doing this whole time. We got the fours, we got the the beam thing going. We got Doug Christie, or who's our half mascot, half cheerleader, half coach. We got all these things in there. They were like, hey, if we're going to get rid of Malik Monk's best friend and Keegan Murray's mentor, to the NBA, let's bring in DeRozan's, good friend in Lavine.
You think this was a long play?
I think it was just long enough to keep DeRozan from being like, hey, I need out.
Well, he would have needed out if we didn't get Lavine. I think Lavine was the only play to keep him here.
I really think so. Yeah. And I think that was the reason why he was targeted. I mean, he's great. Fox can attract a huge package for you. Pause. Actually, right? He really could.
We're going to wrap up the trade talks with this. Do you think the Kings will be a play-in, playoff, or lottery?
Man. And I'm based on the current team.
So take what you saw tonight. Add Lavine.
Right. And tonight being us being the Timberwolves without Julius
Also,
Randle.
there might be another move, but
Yeah.
we're going to disregard that right now. We're going to, because the front office hasn't done crap, right? We're just going to keep it as all they did was Lavine. So add Lavine to the current team, play in, playoff, or lottery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Current make of the team, I think realistically we're probably 10th or 11th.
10th, 11th?
Probably 12th.
I'm way more optimistic than this man.
Yeah.
I think we're getting the 5th seed. I think Lavine is going to take this city, take it in his palms, and call it Zachramento. And Zachramento Lavine is going to run wild, brother. I just went Hulk Hogan.
It's gonna run wild.
Yeah. I just went Hulk Hogan.
Hey, here's the thing. Optimistic or not, here's the thing. Zach Lavine, we love you. You came to the right place. We will embrace you. We will come here, brother. Just bring it in.
Zach Lavine's hugging him right now.
Just bring it in, because here's the thing. You win, lose, get blown out by 50, or we blow somebody out by 50, beams lit. We are going to be there. Hey, did you hear his press conference when the beginning of the season on the Bulls?
No, I actually didn't.
It was incredible. If you were not sold before this, you will be sold now.
I think Zach Lavine embodies the Sacramento Kings as a person, because he's been an underdog his whole life,
career, bro.
And Zach Lavine coming to the Sacramento Kings is actually poetic, because this guy embodies the aura of the Sacramento Kings of always being an underdog. So I think he's gonna come in, he's gonna light the effing beam, and he's gonna embody being a Sacramento King. I think Zach Lavine is going to be better for the Kings than De'Aaron Fox, and I am a De'Aaron Fox super fan.
Love to hear it.
I'm sold on Zach Lavine. 100%. So
that's amazing.
I think the Kings will finish 5th seed. You think 10th, 11th.
And so you're putting them above Dallas.
Yes. Oh, AD is not reliable.
I think Dallas is actually pretty good.
I think
AD is a 4, with Gafford. I do think this roster with another defender. Yeah, we absolutely need a backup big.
But do you actually think Lavine is bad at defense if he actually tried? Like, did he have anything to try?
I think defense is effort, right? But also defense is instinct, And
Keon.
Keon is the example of going against everything you've been taught as a kid, crossing your feet, turning around, on it when you get hit by a screen and spinning off of it, getting beat by your defender and recovering. He does all those things, and he has the most incredible instincts.
I think Keon's gonna be all like
Keegan is a complete opposite. He is sit down, lateral movement.
Yeah,
he's doing it by the book, and he's a great defender too.
I think Keegan is probably. I think it goes like in order of Keegan and Keon as our top 2 defenders, and
Devin Carter's right there.
Just in general, like Keon, in my opinion, is like our Lou Dort. Like we found our Lou Dort, essentially. Welcome to Ellis Island. Welcome to the Dorcher Chamber. It's the same. These 3 names are the ones that are circulating right now. When I was looking, Brandon Ingram for DeMar. Consider DeMar DeRozan and Trey Lyles gone in this scenario.
Oh, DeMar DeRozan gone in every scenario.
In every scenario.
Okay.
Because I think that's the only way the salaries work.
Okay.
DeMar and Trey are the only way the salaries work. So
I have to lose Trey Lyles too.
Yeah, we have to lose. I know it's depressing, but
this is my only.
He's
literally my only emotional attachment to the Kings.
Brandon Ingram, John Collins, Cam Johnson. Pick one of those 3. Out of those 3 names,
I'm taking Cam Johnson. It alleviates the pressure. Keegan is only redundant right now because we've made him into a defensive specialist. He could be a good defender and also a scorer, right? Like a 3-and-D guy. You got 2 3-and-D guys on the floor at the same time. You put them with the center. You have Malik Monk and Zach Lavine, who you cannot blitz either one of them because they're both good playmakers. And if you don't blitz them, they also can take you one-on-one. And you don't even really have to do that because your real point guard is actually Sabonis. So
that's actually facts. Sabonis is the point guard.
So like you're running every half court play through him, and even sometimes full court because he'll just grab the rebound and take it down. You have Keegan and Cam Johnson who are spot up 3-point shooters. That's actually not a bad team. And I'll just be very clear here. Monk is a 1A in a system, but that system has to be pure basketball. He is a pure hooper. And I know that has like no quantitative way of analyzing this whole thing. Monk is a guy, you put him around players where he's allowed to make instinctive basketball moves. So like shooters, people that are cutting, people that are rolling, people that are able to be athletic and be flexible in their game. That's where he thrives. Now, where we don't thrive is when the flow of the offense is thrown off. So that's why I think Brandon Ingram is not my pick for sure. He's probably the best basketball player out of the three, offensively. But now you talk about redundancy. That is super redundant for me to have Zach Lavine and Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
I don't see the purpose of that. And also, I think it kills Monk's game. When you had Fox, DeRozan, Monk.
Way to just shit on who I was going to pick.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm in my mind, I'm like, yeah, Brandon Ingram is the answer. But, no. He kills Monk's game.
But I'm saying with the current, I think Brandon was a better,
Brandon Ingram was a younger
to...
DeMar DeRozan.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And, surprisingly, I don't know if you know this, Brandon Ingram is younger than Cam Johnson.
Brandon Ingram is younger than Cam Johnson?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Cam Johnson is 28. Brandon Ingram is 27.
I just want functionality on the team.
So you're taking Cam. I'm taking BI.
Give me Zion. I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, I'll take Zion. I mean, if we're trading fat people like Luka,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We'll take Zion.
We need Monty to convince whoever the GM is for
Monty
the
or Wes Wilcox.
Yeah, whoever the real GM is.
Or Vivek or Anjali, like whoever's the
whoever's the real GM, please.
Jeremy Lamb.
Please stand
Jeremy
up.
Lamb.
Leave their personal business out of this.
I'm gonna say we are the new Kings minority owners. If you put us in charge, Vivek, I promise you we will turn this team around in one season.
And if not, all we're going to do is, this might have only a few views. We're eventually going to get the whole fan base to turn around and rally for a certain player.
Yeah.
Until you are coerced to following our GM picks.
We're going to be the owners of the Sacramento Kings eventually. We're going to have to sell a lot of like Apple stock, Tesla stock probably.
There you go.
That's our take on the trade. We're actually very sad about Fox. It is a sad time in Sacramento. But I think after talking through it, we're both a little optimistic. We still got to see what the next trade's going to be, obviously, if there's a next trade. If there's not, then my optimism goes straight down. Last thing.
Go ahead. Shoot it at me.
The game tonight. Kings lit the beam, and I gotta charge this, so it's not working right now. But Kings lit the beam. Next episode, that will turn purple. But Kings lit the beam tonight. Malik Monk, I believe, finished with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. This man might be the franchise.
He's your 1A.
He might be your 1A. He was a little erratic at times. We're not going to look past that. Like his dribbling is a little erratic.
Oh, every time Malik Monk dribbles the ball, I'm anxious.
Are you as anxious as when Buddy Hield dribbles?
No, because Buddy Hield has proven to me he will turn the ball over. When Malik Monk, he's proven to me that he's going to make something out of nothing.
Literally something
every single time. And so I'm kind of like, oh, what is he going to do? I should trust him.
Malik Monk is the equivalent of somebody who like goes to garage sales and just flips something that he bought for $5 into like $1,000. Like this guy takes the worst possessions and turns them into gold, bro. Malik Monk is him.
Yeah, he is. And he does need a poised guy around him.
DeMar actually balances Malik well.
He does. And I think Zach Lavine is going to help with that too.
We'll see on Wednesday, right?
He's a poised guy.
We'll see. But as far as this game goes...
Not Wednesday. I think we're going to see 10 games in.
Okay. This game, I think for both of us, Malik Monk stands out, right? He got the keys. the minutes. This like you could tell
This
him.
is my dream come true.
I know. This guy was talking about Malik Monk taking over like for almost a month and a half.
I'm not saying it's gonna be successful. I'm just saying I'm gonna have a good time. It could be successful, but that's a double whammy. You know, like that's a double whammy for me. I'm gonna have a phenomenal time with 1A Malik Monk because he might be putting up 25, 5, and you know whatever 5 or whatever it is. But you know you're gonna get a highlight clip every single game.
He blocked Gobert at the rim today, bro. One thing I'm going to point out about Malik Monk is the way he talks to his team on the court and the way he talks to the opponent on the court. Like, this guy carries himself as a 1A superstar. Like, maybe he's not there yet in his game, right? But he carries himself. He carries himself like it. So, like, the aura. When you talk aura, like
he is culture. He is culture. He's Iman Shumpert with buckets.
He is Iman Shumpert that can back it up on the court. The scores is here. Malik Monk is here because Malik means king in Arabic. Has anybody vetted that, by the way?
It's Malik, but yeah, you know,
Malik?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
If we're just gonna be accurate here, you know.
I think he can lead the team, but I just can't wait to see Zachramento in the mix, right? So.
And hopefully somebody else.
Yeah, I think we need some help. Final thoughts. Okay, so
final thoughts. What do you want to leave everybody here with? Like,
okay.
why should they be tuning into Beam Talk? What are they gonna get from you?
I think with Beam Talk, there's a bunch of other podcasts you guys could tune into, right? They could tune into any other podcast.
Yeah, they're all dope. All dope.
I think with us, you're going to get a particular point of view. I'm the optimistic Kings fan. He is more on the pessimistic side, but he's a little optimistic right now.
I'm stoic.
Yeah, he's stoic. So I think, okay, what does stoic mean? Why?
There you go.
Why do you tune into Beam Talk? Is because you're going to get authenticity, I think. You're going to get authentic conversations, and it's just me and him talk like this all the time about the Kings, and I think now all we're doing is we have a camera on, and we just want to involve you guys. Like
that's really it.
So like
I just need an outlet, so I'm not talking to my fiance about this. And chewing her head off.
I got my fiance like all into the Kings, and like I feel like I annoy her sometimes. So
yeah, that's all. I just need a place to talk about it. I love here's the real thing, right? I love the Kings community. I love that we really just have the Sacramento Kings, right? Like we're not a full-on sports city yet. I think we're gonna be, but we're not there yet. And we're no matter where we go to, we were born with the Kings. We're going to keep being, and it's a love-hate relationship, right? We've been through every single port, like you're talking about. What you're gonna get with us, honestly, just a lot of fun.
I think so.
You're going to get a lot of jokes. You're going to get a lot of humor, you know. This is our first run at this. I've never done a podcast. You know, I'm just here to chit-chat, right? I'm going to kick off my shoes, turn this camera on, and just chat with y'all. I love the Kings community. I think that you guys and we have been just emphatic in everything we do. And just like everything is pure. You know, like we booed Luke Walton into being fired. You know, like that is...
Do you remember us booing? What's the point guard's name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He got a headband on too.
Rhymes
with Basin Berry. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, man. I booed him too for sure.
I hate Jason Terry. By the way, Jason Terry, you're not welcome in Sacramento.
Yeah, he can't come to El Reyes.
You can't come to El Reyes, okay? You can't come to El Grove, Natomas. A lot has happened, right? So we wanted to give our thoughts on the trade, on the game tonight, and going forward, we're going to stick to like a 20-minute format, most likely for every podcast. And our cadence, we're still working that out. I think we're shooting for like, 2 times a week or something like that.
Most importantly, you let us know what you want to hear about, right? I don't want to call us OGs, but people call me Unk at the gym now. So, and I'm embracing it. So
I've been embracing it. I'm like, I feel like I'm like in my Andres Nocioni like phase.
Hey, I'm so happy you said his name because right now I'm going to ask you this next podcast. And don't tell me your answers yet. Okay. I want you to create your starting 5 all-time Kings not to win basketball games, just your favorite players.
Okay, bet.
Favorite players.
Bet. Thank you for listening to Beam Talk.
Light it up.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Take care, family.
Beam Talk.